We need critical thinking is asking, what is my solution? Well, what's clear is that the status quo will continue to produce violence, right? The current situation is not sustainable. We could keep kicking the can down the road. We will continue to have escalations, not always to this scale, but escalations will always continue. Civilians will continue to be killed. We need radical change. We need to rise up and do something different. And, it's interesting because those on the complete opposite side of the ideological spectrum would agree with me. They just propose a different solution. They want us to be tougher on Palestinians, many of them. And this is really the most extreme of Israelis, but it's definitely a growing amount. Would like to displace Palestinians, just kick them all out, have the land just be free of Palestinians. That is what they view to be the easiest solution. That to me is a solution if you lack creativity and critical thinking, and just don't have any care for the other side, right? It's like if you have zero interest in the well-being of the other side, it's an easy solution. But if you see the humanity of the other side, you're not going to quickly lead to let's displace them, let's kill them. It's what can we do to create peace? Well, we haven't even been at the negotiating table for, I think, going on a decade now. Our policies in the West Bank are not such to minimize harm caused to Palestinians. And it's true that there's a lot of protocols. For example, in the military, they teach you that if you're being approached by someone suspicious, you tell them to stop. If they keep approaching, you tell them to stop again. They keep approaching, you shoot in the air. If they keep approaching, you shoot them in the leg. Right? This is what we learned as soldiers. And many, the way the Israeli soldiers are depicted is that they're just killing babies, right? Now, while that is the code of conduct, it is sometimes abused. Not everybody follows that. Many soldiers are quicker to pull the trigger. But there is an effort in many regards to reduce harm, but not nearly to the extent it could be. Even just the fact that you have, Israel is, they push back on this idea, but in the West Bank right now you have, and I know right now this is with Gaza, but I'm just giving an example as to how much more we can do. So you have soldiers in the West Bank. They're 18 to 21 years old. They're not so highly trained. They don't speak good Arabic, and many of them don't treat Palestinians with respect. Imagine what difference it would make if the soldiers in the West Bank weren't actually soldiers, but they were actually like a civilian police force of adults who spoke fluent Arabic, who treated Palestinians with respect, and there's accountability if they abuse their power, right? Just that dynamic would change the state of Palestinian psyche, because Palestinians, the only Israelis they meet are soldiers and settlers, neither of whom generally treat them with respect. But if their interactions with Israelis were more positive, then they'd grow up with a different state of mind towards Israelis, generally speaking. So that's just one small thing. Another one is just, and again, I'm going to speak about what Israel could do, being Israeli, but there's a shit ton Palestinians could do without a doubt. I mean, let's be real. But another one is we could teach our citizens Arabic, right? How can we make peace with people we can't communicate with? Most Israelis don't speak Arabic. Most Palestinians don't speak Israeli. We're meant to make peace with people who we can't communicate with. We don't learn anything about their narrative. We learn that their narrative is illegitimate and made up. We have very little sympathy for them. So these are all things that can change in the education system, in military protocol. A lot can be done.